Today's episode we run through our drama list, get a heap of spare parts, try some local cuisine, and finally go sailing. Yeehaw! We just got the boat around from the Seabrook Marina to the original slip. We got Gabriel and Dalton, our two neighbours from the boat next door, and they were all like, yeah, this is awesome. We put the sails up and we cruised around, and we had some issues. I mean, we had one motor from the boat lift. As soon as we got put in, we only had one motor. We couldn't get the other one going. It was just a stupid safety switch that we now know where it is. And we got back here about an hour and 15 minutes ago. We heard a pop and a crackle and a bit of smoke came from over there behind the electrical panel. With not many options and no more smoke in the cabin, we're called it a day. We have having some more dramas with the power. We're not sure if it's our power cord or the shore power box, which is just there, but basically we can continue to smell burning electrical fire. So we're not having any fire on board, but it's either in our cord to the shore power or it's the box from the actual shore. It's certainly not all about drinking a cold beer and sitting back enjoying it. There's a lot of negatives that go on with it, and it's not fun. Bloody hell, I would love to know a lot more about this boat than we do already, and we're learning. So this ended up being the culprit: a burnt out power cord with incorrect wiring. Okay, we have just had another shortage on the boat. We just had smoke pouring out of this white box here at the top. We had a big bang go off. We are absolutely shitting ourselves, given that we have no idea why we're shorting out the power. And there's only so much we can do given our situation. So we are going to stay off the power tonight. With a burnt out GPS, a burnt out PowerPoint, and a burnt out Elen, she set off to the shops and then dropped the beer. Could this day get any worse? A fresh start tomorrow. Let's hope for the best.
Woohoo!
Second cast, just changed a little softy.
Which fish it is?
I think it's a bass. Bass! Ew. Yes. Yes.
Let's bring a knife.
Yes. First fish on a Neho. Nice bit of bass, bit of butter, some herbs.
And finally, the day is getting better. In order to clear my head, I decide to go and do some yoga.
What are you making?
Pizza dough. So for the pizza dough, we put like 2 spoons of the active dry yeast, 1 cup of water, and add a little bit of beer.
The beer activates the yeast.
Yes.
This is tray too big to go into our oven, so we just decide to make it smaller. I'm gonna use that to cook the pizza.
I keep on wondering if I'm okay. I reassure myself, but I keep on wondering the way. I miss looking at you, you miss looking at me. Amid distractions, I can find myself missing my sea, where I can go swim with the
Damn. He's kicking a good amount. No, just pick him up. Come on, you're Australian. This is like a mouse to you. Oh, pick him up. Come on. You're embarrassing me. There you go. Yeah. How does it feel to hold a real live dinosaur?
That's what we call an alligator gar. So it's a cross between an alligator that had sex with a fish,
basically,
and you end up with old mate gar dog.
What are you cooking, babe? Bit of breakfast?
Yep.
What are we having?
Egg on toast.
Mail just arrived and we have some goodies. So we've got our Anchor Bridal Snubbers. Our generous patrons helped us to pay for these, and if you also would like to help us and come aboard, Check us out on patreon.com. Vinyl cement, got a heap of breakers. Ooh.
We are using the old mattress to do a bed on the side here.
Alright, so we're going to use an old mattress that was made out of well, it's either an old sailbag. Not the most prettiest, spectacular thing you've ever seen. However, as a cost effectiveness, it'll be on about 100%. Part of the accident. So usually you would try and have the blue coming all the way over your cushion. That didn't quite work out very well. Another nice little bass that'll go straight on the barbecue. That's another meal. Just taking out the lid to the water tanks so that we can make sure that they're clean, add some additive to them and make sure that everything's going to be schmicko. The ones up here carry an extra 100 litres each, which is a fair bit of extra water.
So Abel, how much do you think a sandwich like this would go for?
I don't know, that's like, holy dooly, that's massive.
Nice shrimp.
So this is from the place from our neighbours that recommended it, right?
Yeah, on Dowman Grocery.
I would say, let me just get a nice... So that's just...
It's a few hours old, so it doesn't look as fresh as it did. It was fresh. We had to wait 20 minutes.
I don't know, that's... Oh, I think he told me it was like $15.
For this, you think?
Yeah.
We already ate half of it.
Alright, this is Shrimp Po' Boy. $8.99. It's not as overstuffed as the other ones you've had, but it's not bad.
So this is the first coat, and then we're going to have probably another 2 or 3 coats on top of this. So we're going to avoid the weather today, hopefully, and we'll try and get at least 2 coats on because it dries real quick. I hope this varnish dries in time. Here it comes. So the oven, we think, has an issue with the thermostat because we just tried to turn it on and it won't fire up. 30 years we're going to make a pizza. The oven doesn't work. Let's try the barbecue, but now it's raining too much. I have no idea if it's working.
Well, can't you see that it's just raining? There ain't no need to go outside. But baby, you hardly even know.
Trying to finalise our insurance as 100% satisfactory. Basically we're covered at the moment for sitting at the dock, and that covers us for theft, damage, whatever. But if we want to go sailing involving any of our rigging, including our mast, then we need to have a marine rigger perform a visual inspection to give to insurance to make sure that it's satisfactory. That in itself is proving difficult because the location where we are, it seems that there isn't any. And I've been trying now for 2 weeks, which means we haven't been able to go sailing, and it's quite frustrating. On top of that, we are still waiting for our D registration from the US, which should be here today or tomorrow. Once that happens, I can apply for Australian registration, but because of how long it's taken in the US, again, another unforeseen problem. It now means that we need to get a temporary registration from Australia, which is a further $333, just to add to the growing list of costs that you don't ever think about when you're buying a yacht, and basically that's where I'm at. Finally we had a rigger arrive, although the insurance company is still not happy, and we're back to square one. So we decided to go sailing anyway.
Grilled shrimp. Okay, so we are sailing. Everything is sweet. Just got a little bit of water coming into the boat. It's not working very well for me.
Okay, slow movements. You want to go to the left a little bit.
Make no guarantees about the gunless.
It's time to investigate the leaking escape hatch. Hopefully there's no alligators here.
So can you explain what we are trying to do?
We went sailing yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was fairly good, like it was roughish conditions, and we found that there was water coming up through our escape hatch. So by the look of it, it's just not tight enough, and I'm not sure whether it's these bolts or whether it's the rubber seals just thinned over time. So either way, we can fix it. It's just another nice job to get done, and it does seem a little easier from underneath, although maybe not. The equivalent to our Australian Bunnings. We've got a heap of stuff. We've got some chalking guns for our silicone. We've got a couple of other little bits of plumbing fixtures for the rear shower, and hopefully we're going to be good to go. So we just stopped off and we decided to grab a bit of Wendy's so we can try it while in America. So we basically got a couple of burgers, some nuggets, some chips, unlimited refills, everything for $5. We spent the rest of the afternoon relaxing, sailing, and learning. Stay tuned and keep watching. We're about to set sail. Thanks to all our patrons and YouTube subscribers. We can't thank you enough.